Moments of inspiration mixed with time to network, IBJ Media Events has you covered. From industry deep dives to awards celebrating Indiana's top leaders, see what's coming up and reserve your seat at ibj.com/RSVP.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I'm Alex Brown. A natural gas plant in Dearborn County could soon be under new ownership. Texas-based Talon Energy Corporation has signed agreements to acquire 3 natural gas facilities, including the Lawrenceburg Power Plant, from Energy Capital Partners in a deal valued at $3.45 billion. Talon Energy spokesperson Taryn Williams declined to say how many people are currently employed at the Lawrenceburg Power Plant. However, she said the company does not anticipate the acquisition having a negative impact on jobs. The deal is set to close in mid-2026 and also includes the Waterford Energy Center and Darby Generating Station in Ohio. The University of Notre Dame will establish a new institute focused on rare diseases thanks to a major gift from Dave and Kathleen Reisenauer, inspired by their experience caring for 2 children with a rare genetic disorder. The Reisenauer Institute for Rare Diseases, housed within Notre Dame's College of Science, aims to bridge gaps between scientific research and the daily experiences of people living with rare conditions. A specific dollar figure for the gift was not disclosed. Crawfordsville Regional Airport and the city of Crawfordsville have entered into a lease agreement with Starlin Air, a private provider of aircraft rental, flight training, and aircraft maintenance. Starlin Air is owned and operated by Dustin Starlin, who has worked at the airport since 2016 in airport operations and maintenance as a flight instructor and as a rental aircraft owner. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media podcast network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise at ibj.com to learn more.
Farbest Foods in Jasper has expanded its global reach thanks to a strong international partnership. IIB's Aubriana Herron has the story.
With support from the USA Poultry and Egg Export Council and Indiana's corn and soybean farmers through checkoff funding, Farbest has teamed up with Mexican meat processor Pro Boca to produce a turkey label called Dos Familia. Indiana Soybean Alliance board member Jenna Scott, a farmer from Muncie, told Hoosier Ag Today that Pro Boca has become a champion for dark meat turkey in Mexico. The collaboration is already showing success in the country, creating new demand for high-quality Indiana turkey products. But the benefits don't stop there. As turkey exports grow, so does the demand for the feed that sustains them, primarily corn and soybean meal, grown by Indiana farmers. That means the international partnership is delivering a full circle impact, supporting Indiana poultry production, strengthening export markets, and driving additional demand for the state's corn and soybean growers. Scott says the collaboration is helping keep farmers sustainable and economically viable throughout the state. Aubriana Herron, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
A consortium led by BlackRock-owned Global Infrastructure Partners and private equity firm EQT Infrastructure has agreed to acquire Virginia-based AES Corporation, which provides electric services to Indianapolis through its AES Indiana subsidiary, formerly Indianapolis Power and Light. The $33.4 billion deal, which includes assuming AES debt, will move the public company to private ownership. The consortium said in a news release that the company's electric utilities in Indiana and Ohio will remain locally operated and managed regulated utilities with continued community commitment and investment. Indianapolis-based Spectron RX continues to lead the charge in Indiana's growing radiopharmaceutical sector. The company is using cyclotrons at its facility near Grissom Air Reserve Base in Bunker Hill to produce radioisotopes that are used to treat various medical conditions, primarily cancer. CEO John Zahner.
We can either use it locally here in Indiana, even in our Bunker Hill facility, or we ship it around the world. So we ship to Australia, China, this material all the time. This is something that truly could change the world, and I think is definitely changing people's lives and their families' lives on a daily basis.
The company has about a dozen cyclotrons with the potential for adding more as demand grows. Check out the latest episodes of the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
I'm Tiffany Souter, mom of four, wife, entrepreneur, and host of the Life of And podcast. For years, I built my life with brute force, a successful business, a growing family, and absolutely zero margin. I was tired, snappy, and felt constantly behind, and I was too afraid to admit it. Everything changed when I stopped trying to do more and started building systems that actually worked for my real life. If you too are craving more peace, more presence, and just more time for you, I'd love for you to join me on the Life of And. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcast.com.
Do you want to know what really drives change in Indiana? You won't find it in sound bites, you'll find it in stories. Stories from CEOs, lawyers, coaches, entrepreneurs, and community advocates. That's the IBJ Media Podcast Network. Insightful, local, impactful. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcast.com.